mistake, underestimating what you've taken on.
Hey everyone, this is Sir Rem here. This is our 1 year update on our server. We'll be going over everything that we built and maybe some future plans. Anyway, let's get started. Okay, we're going to do the 1 year update. Here's the copy of my realm from 1 year. Okay, when you spawn in, you'll spawn in right in this area right here in the middle of the arena. And the arena is going to be full of statues. We have 5 statues built so far. This is a creeper. This is built by Monkey. We got a jukebox built by me. A witch built by me. The zombie built by me. And the skeleton built by me. The arena is pretty big. Since we're on a copy, you'll be able to see across the whole thing. But on the realm, you cannot see across it. And the first thing that you look at when you come on the realm is our rules. Pretty simple, no griefing, no stealing, no breaking other buildings, and no personal houses within 1,000 blocks of 0, 0. And then you will come down these steps right here. And this is just kind of a lounging area. I had a subscriber from my Twitch channel help me build this right here. Spent several days designing it. They just tell me what they wanted and I would build it. So we got a giant chandelier here. We got the artwork on the walls, a small fountain with chairs, books to read. We have fountains on the side, and they are turn them off, turn them on. This is our old spawn before we built the stuff on the top. And this is left over from our original storage here. We got a couple of small things sitting here in a bed. We have our enchanting table right here, a little chandelier, my first one that we designed. And the most important thing is the free gear. So when you come in here, you step on that pressure plate and it will give you a complete set of diamond armor and tools and a bed. And then when you become a member of the server, you get a mailbox. So these are the members. We have Potato, and I built most of the mailboxes, so I made that like a potato head. This is Fish's, and I designed it kind of like his base. It's kind of a tribute to his base. We got Sergeant, and his build style is old world, so I built it kind of old worldish. Got a chandelier up there and just some different things here. And then we got Jojo. This tree right here, he built this over here. It was originally sitting right about here, but I didn't want it in this area, so I moved it over here. Rebuilt it block for block. And then we got cats, and I built it kind of like the tunnel that leads to his base. So it's kind of designed after that. This is my mailbox. I built it out of kind of hard to get and precious blocks. Then we got Jack, and her base is a underwater base, so that's why I have the water flowing in here. And use the blue blocks here for that. And then Shane, he hasn't built anything yet, so just kind of built a generic mailbox for him. And then our newest member is Monkey, and he actually built his own mailbox, so he obviously built it like a monkey. And we still got to get his name on there. Haven't got that far yet. And it's just kind of, everything is kind of just randomly built here. And we got a strider up here that Sergeant brought up for some achievements. So we just kind of left him there, kind of hanging out.
Respawn point set. You can only sleep at night.
Okay, now we'll go over all the things that are close to spawn. We got a few small things left over here. We got our bee farm here, so that's all manual. Haven't got around to building a automatic one yet. We got a few small farms left over. We haven't automated any of that yet. We don't really need it. But bamboo. We do have an automatic melon and pumpkin farm at Sergeant's Base. Got a couple of donkeys left over. And then this is our mine right here. And so at different levels, you can get different things. I think this is level 15 is iron, I believe, is the best one. This one right here, I forget what it's for. And I think level 0 is lapis, if I remember right. And then as I need blocks, we just been mining out here. All the rest of the tunnels are for diamonds, our original diamond mining. We don't need to do that anymore because we get all the diamonds we need from the, or all the diamond armor and stuff from our traders. And then there was a pretty cool underground kind of a cave with a waterfalls here, so I left that. I just put glass over it. Didn't really know what to do with it. And then we got a few mangrove trees growing here. And then over here is going to be all of our wood farms. I built the first one, this I believe a dark oak wood farm. There's some electrical wiring issues with it, so I need to redo that. It's a pretty complex piece of machinery. But we haven't really needed too much wood, so haven't really done much with it. And then over here I built a tunnel to our original kelp farm. And original kelp farm is over here. We don't use this anymore because it uses flying machines. And they break all the time. I've tried several different types of flying machines, but none of them seem to work. I think it's because of the water. The water is messing up the observers because I built the exact same flying machines in different areas that we've got, and they don't break just when they're in water. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's got shulker loaders and stuff in it, so yeah, pretty neat. Then over here is one of the cooler things that I built. Besides the fountain's pretty neat too, but we got our gold farm inside here, and I built a giant piglin statue around it, complete with a sword that's sticking into the arena. But yeah, it's just a portal based. Turns off and on. They come down into a trident killer and then down inside. We have shulker loaders for the rotten flesh and nuggets. And it was originally all just double chests like this, but I added 2 shulker loaders because if you AFK for too long, it fills up, but with the shulker loaders, you can probably AFK for 3 days before it's full. So we don't get a lot of gold ingots, so we just left this like the original. And then I put a thing right here to melt the swords. The sorter is not quite perfect yet. A few things still get through it. I need to add 1 or 2 more filters onto this to make sure that nothing gets through. Sometimes it works perfect, sometimes it doesn't. Okay, and then I built minecart tracks out. This one here goes to Jojo, Sargent, and Fish's base, which we'll see later. But if you want to ride a minecart out there, you can. Has automatic feed right here. You just press that, grab that. When you come back, it hits here and restores it. This one here goes to our storage and our quad iron farm that we're working on. This is our original kelp manual farm right here. Haven't filled that in yet. And then when I was clearing this area of trees, I noticed there was a really cool cave system down here. So I built this observatory type thing over the top of it. And there'll be more decorations in here eventually. And I'm going to have a minecart that goes from here down into the cave system. And we'll take you around a tour. This cave system goes for thousands and thousands of blocks, so it's going to be quite challenging to build the minecart track. So there'll be more decorations outside. Just put a couple of mangrove trees on it, but I'm going to see what the outside looks like here. Just a nice big dome. And I'll probably square this up at some point. I just didn't feel like removing more blocks there. Then over here is our quad iron farm, which I don't have working, but I've made some progress since the last video. I do actually have the minecart track set up to the breeder village so I can get the villagers in here. I just got to take the time to fill it. This is going to be a pretty cool project when it's done. Then over here is our current kelp farm, and it has a lava farm attached to it, so you can use the lava to power the furnaces, or I should say the smokers for the kelp. The kelp farm is down in here. And this one is just a piston-based one. So when the observer sees it, it cuts a certain amount of them out, and it just floats up here and goes into the system. Comes down to the smokers. Those go down into here, and we come into here into shulker loaders for the dried kelp. Take the dried kelp, make blocks, and stick it into these. You have to do that manually. The buckets of lava get filtered out, put into this system right here, and when it's turned on, the buckets will flow up and go back to the person that's AFKing the farm over here. So a complete self-contained farm. Over here we have our sugarcane farm, and this uses flying machines to cut it, and these work perfect because they're not in water. And then it's collected with mine carts. Comes down in here, and each mine cart has its own shulker loader. And we have sugarcane. So if you need sugarcane for whatever purposes, there's usually some here. And then our storage system is here, and it's changed a lot since the last video. As you can see, I have a giant pyramid over here, but there's something sticking out of it now. So what I did is I moved most of the old storage into the new storage, and I built it to look like 2 double chests. The main reason for that is because on a realm, only 4 chunks around the player is active, and this storage system, which there's still some of the old part left over here, they haven't got moved yet. It was a big cross, so we had a line there, 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 and there. It's not active all the time, so the sorting systems would not work because like you put something in over here and it would have to travel all the way around like this, and that was not active. So we put it inside here, and as long as somebody is at least in the middle of this, it will be active. So, and we made a few improvements to the farm. Um, One of the improvements that we did was the top shelf or the top chest was getting hopper locked because of the system. We can go in here and look. See if I can explain this to you. So, this torch right here was locking this hopper because we had the chest stacked in a certain way. Like right here, you can see how the chests are stacked here. And so what I did is I moved this one back one more so that this torch is not locking this hopper. Because in the old system, the stuff in this chest would not flow through unless another item come in. And I want to be able to have all that storage, so we fixed that. And then the easiest method to go up and down was these vines right here. The other vines I didn't really like. These worked really, really well. So you can go up to whatever level you want. And yeah, as you can see, we don't quite have everything in here yet because we still got a row or 2 rows yet to move over in here. But everything that is in here works perfectly. And everything is labeled the same way. One thing I did with the wood is I added in the new bamboo for when 120 comes in, and I added the hanging signs so that when they come in at 120, that the wood system will be all correct. I put a double row of the soul soil so that the running, if you want to run back and forth, is much quicker and you don't have to be quite as accurate. And the other thing is you can add whatever you want to sort into 3 buckets, doesn't matter which one. I have 1 on each end. And then we added a bed too, and that's same on every row. There's a bed on every row, so if you need to sleep, there's tons of beds in here. And put the ender chest in there too, so if you need to access that. Okay, and our current iron farm is right here. You can see where spawn is over there. I always like building them over a river, just makes it a little more efficient. So this is what we use to get all of our iron with currently. Once we get the quad iron farm, we'll probably keep this, but probably won't be used too much more. And then our breeder village is over here. As you can see, there's the railroad track that I'm using. Oh, and I trapped some skeleton horses that appeared when I was building the track, so got those there. And this is our original flower farm here. This one here, we used to get the flowers originally, and this is our breeder village right here. It's all walled in, it's all spawn proofed and so forth and so on. We do have a portal to it. Okay, and then going over the machines inside of our storage. This is a nether wart farm. And since we're moving storage over to there, things are not really hooked in anymore. And then we have a few other machines over here. We got bamboo, zero tick bamboo farm right here. I built that for 120 because bamboo will be really, really, really useful. This is our new single flower farm right here. It's a zero tick design. And then we have a coca bean farm, also a zero tick, and a zero tick double tall flower farm. And then we also have our automatic sheep shearers. We have 2 of every color. Since we have this section of the storage still here, that all this stuff right here will go into there. And then the last thing we have out here at storage is our village trading center. Okay, so we have every single book, every single librarian maxed out. It took me forever to get all those villagers. And then we have at least one of every other type of trader. Some we have more of, depending on what we need to trade. So like we have a lot of rotten flesh that we can trade. So we can trade, get the emeralds here from these 4 guys, and then we can trade for armor and so forth, our diamond armor guys. This guy has 2 pieces, and this guy has 2 pieces. And our toolsmiths and so forth are down here. So we can get all the different weapons and tools we need. We get axe and a sword there. And this guy has a shovel and a pick. So that concludes part 1, everything around spawn. Part 2 will be everything that's connected in our nether. So until then, this is Sir Rem saying goodbye.